Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Stamping Flair. My name is Rochelle Laird Smith. Thanks for joining me tonight for my weekly creative escape. Each Wednesday night, I hold a Facebook Live and I call it my creative escape, midweek creative escape. So, thanks for joining me. Great to see you here. Um, Hope you've had a great week. You've had okay weather, not too bad. Please say hi if you're joining me. I've been getting ready for I know I said this last week too, but there's so much to do with the Christmas retreat. So I've just been finalizing everything and packing everything, and with the pillow gifts and stuff. So it's been lots and lots of fun. Just gonna share this to my other group, and who's watching with me? And if you're watching on YouTube too, please say hi. And as I share with you, please ask me any questions as we go along. Today I have got a card using the Fitting Florets collection. I have shared bits of this over the last 2 weeks, my Facebook Lives, and this collection comes live on the 1st of November. So you can purchase this on the 1st of November. However, if you can now send me a pre-order, which you can if you want to order it, so I can place your order on the 1st of November. So there is no chance of you missing out. Thank you, Sonia, for sharing it, and I do appreciate your kindness there. If you want to order any of these products now, you can. In the sense, I can order it for you on the 1st of November. You can order it now through a starter kit as well. So that's another option for you. Uh, some of these products that I'll be sharing, like the designer series paper, was only available while supplies last. Um, the sales period is until January, but it will be on a while supplies last basis. So today it's a Christmas card with a bit of a twist on color as well. So I hope you enjoy the a bit of a twist I'm sharing. I'm going to mash it up with the aspen dyes and the perched in a tree bundle. I really love that bundle, and this card came together. I just love the product combination, and you can see how you don't have to use the paper with the specifically with the collection that is there. So hope it gives you some insight as to how to use this product. So just to show you the Fitting Florets collection, there's two stamp sets and a die set. The dies really are these very versatile ovals which you can use and use and use. And I'm going to show you. I have die cut so many, and because they're in layers, you get so many bits and pieces left over. You've got the designer series paper, and then you've got these embellishments. And I do want to show you that because I think the last time I came on, I didn't have them yet. So I've got them this week. They're gold swirls, gold. They're adhesive back too, so it's easy to attach. Um, and you also, yeah, so you've got one stamp set which is called the framed and festive stamp set, which is more uh, Christmassy, and then you've got one that is all year round, not so seasonal. This bundle will be in our new catalog, okay, so which starts in January. This stamp set, which is the framed and festive, and the designer series paper, and the gold adhesive back swirls, they are only while supplies last. So those are the three products. Now I do have two classes coming, which I will put out later on this evening. So which incorporate these products, and you will see all the details for that later on tonight. So let's get to the creating and get all my goodies out. So I've gone with Cajun Craze for my card base. So just completely something completely different. And I'm going to bring in a little piece of paper just to stamp my bird on from the Perched in a Tree bundle. So we'll start off with the stamping, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of coloring. So that might take a little bit of time. Just that I like to get my. I've actually taken the stamp out, but this is the stamp set. I've used this several times. This particular stamp set and the accompanying dies. So let's get my stamp. So I've got my bird there, so that's our bird. And I'm going to stamp it in memento. So we'll keep our card base aside. Please don't hesitate to ask me any questions as we go along. Always, or just chat with me. What do you think about this paper or the products that are on offer? What do you like them? Hi Debbie, great to see you here. Okay, so I'm just gonna stamp this. Have I turned it? For a minute I thought I'd forgotten to switch the camera around and they were seeing my face while I'm stamping. That would be silly. Alright, so I've got some watercolor pencils and the colors I have chosen are Cajun Craze, and I might switch it up, but let's see. Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Calypso Coral, Cherry Cobbler, and Basic Gray. So those are the colors. So that would be a mix of from your watercolor pencils assortment 1 and assortment 2. I'm going to start with Cajun Craze, and I don't have a really fine tip. I just like it. It's not blunt, but it just takes. I don't like a really fine tip, so it's not so stark on that. Like doesn't give a harsh line. And I'm just starting off light, and I'll work my way around. So I'm taking a little bit. Or I will take a little bit of time on the coloring as we go, and I will try and bring that in closer so you can see. Let's see. So I will move those colors a bit in and follow those lines which are already in the stamp set, in the stamp image. Then I'm going to bring in some Calypso Coral and blend that in there. And again I'm going in light. You can tell me what sort of bird this is. I have no idea. This is just my imagination bird. Now I will give this a bit more of a darker colouring where that line is, where the feather is, or its wing. And then I'm going to come in with a bit of grey. popsicle. I'm just going in a lighter shade there. And you can start light and then build up that color. So this is going to be a bit darker because it's under and you'll have a bit more shadow. That's my thinking anyway. But you can colour however you like. Then I'm going to bring in some daffodil delight here. I've got some pumpkin pie. I know it's a bit of a brighter colour, but I just needed that extra colour. Going a bit darker here, where there's and just for some variation, I'm adding a bit of colour here. So the watercolor pencils, you don't always have to use water. If you want to use it with in a blender pan or with the water painters, you can use it on fluid 100 or shimmery white cast soap, that'll work. I generally use a shimmery white, that's my preferred. I like fluid 100, but I always go for the shimmery white. Now I'm going to bring it up this daffodil delight colour face. And you'll see it's blending in now, all that colour nicely. It just gets together as you work in that colour. I'm going to make it a bit more grey. And because this, I'm just leaving that white, but I just want to add a bit of shadow under there. It doesn't leave it so stark. Maybe a light splattering of yellow daffodil delight. And there's a die cut this side in the husband dies. So you don't have to worry about that. On big, I've got a little bit of red or cherry cobbler. You can use royal red. You have, and I'm going to add Just keep working your color till you get the right feel. And then what else? The kitchen prints. What do you think? Do we need a bit more color? They'll all be different. If you do a few, it'll just be different. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Now, I used to have these in the boxes, like they came in, and just recently, probably about a month ago, we had these stacking up cups, and I just put them in here, and by having them on my desk all the time, I'm using my watercolor pencils more and more. I just find just like put it on your desk in a tub, and it just makes you use them more, and because I like them, so having them there is useful. Now, for our dies, we have this one, and then I am also going to do some, I'll get all my die cutting done. We're going to take this particular dies from the frame florets. I want to show you how many, when I've die cut so many lately, how many bits and pieces I've got from this frame florets. So whenever you cut them, you get a variety of sizes. So you're going to get an outer oval and inner, and that's how much I've got thus far. So I've got them in DSP, I've got vellum, a whole bunch, so which I can use. So it's really good. And they're ready to go for cards as well, so that's a good thing. And I just store them in the pack. So anytime I go to use it and I see one already done, it's there for me. Now I need a piece of basic white, and now we need a bigger piece. Just like that. So I've got my stamping cut and emboss machine here. We'll do die cut the bird first. So there's that one. Save it there. Then we'll die cut our oval. I will have this tutorial up for you along with the other two I had from the previous week, from week before last. So I didn't share it with you because I hadn't got around to it, but I also thought I can't add those products as well, so I'll add them on. So that's what you get. So you'll get 3 tutorials, and if you want a newsletter subscriber, make sure you are, because beginning the 1st of November, I will share with you tutorial a day, a Christmas project every day for the month of November, and something you can hopefully use or create with. And if you have anyone else interested, make sure they are subscribed to it so they can get in on that. So that'll be apart from your weekly tutorials you get. Alright, so for our sentiment, I have, so I'm taking the sentiment from the framed and festive stamp set. So this is the one that is only there for while supplies last, starting 1st of November. And it's nice large sentiments, and you don't only have to use it with the ovals, they work with other dies or punches you have, so use it however you like. Some fun fonts there. I have chosen the May this season be filled with peace and joy. I thought that went nicely with the bird we had today for something like peace. It's not a dove, but it's along the lines. Using soft suede ink, and I'm going to set this towards the top. Now the Perched in the Tree stamp set also has a branch. Now this is not going to be visible too much on a card, but on this oval, but I'm just going to have it there. And that I've stamped in soft suede as well. So that's going to kind of sit there. Kind of, I mean, not necessarily, it's just to give that look. Now, I've got my Cajun Craze card base, and then I've pre-cut some designer series paper from the Fitting Florets collection. So that's the other side, and of course, like the king and the checks always look great. And then I'm using this side. So doesn't that combination look really nice and rustic? Now I've got some gold. This is from the rose gold and gold combo, the paper. You get 8 sheets, I think, in the pack. So yeah, I've just got a little bit of that and some evening evergreen cardstock, which we're going to do a little bit of die cutting from. So I'll bring in a die cutting machine again. And the dies I'm going to use is that leaf. Oh, and it's got some berries as well on it. So that one. And we're going to cut a couple of these out. These leaves, they actually go both ways, so which is great for arranging in a, like when you're setting out an arrangement on your cards or your any other projects, scrapbook pages, whatever you're doing. Now with this gold paper and the rose gold one, run it through a few times. It is a fairly thicker paper, so run it through a couple of times, or maybe I would do it back and forth, just to make sure it cuts fully through. Like I sometimes go through it once, and then I'm sitting there fiddling. Then it will cut through. So you're going to get like an outline. See, it's pretty thick. This comes out. You can pop those inner bits out or keep some in or whatever you like with that. Sometimes it's nice to have some of those bits in if it stays. Then we'll get our evening evergreen and we'll die cut a few sets, a couple of sets of that. And I'm running it back and forth only because it's easier. Let me turn on space here. And again, if you wanted to, you can keep those bits in. Okay, so we've got our leaves. I always like trying different color combinations. It gives you more versatility, and trying things out just gives you options. So don't be afraid to give it a go. Now, with we've got that, all our pieces there. Now I've got my oval. I'm going to bring in a blending brush, and I've got some pale papaya, and I'm just going to add a little bit of blending on the side of this oil. Just the haze. So let's get to assembling. Just putting this on. This is just 5 centimeters by 14.8. And this is good for, you can use whatever strip you've got. So this layout is great for using your leftover bits. So don't worry too much about the measurement, just use your leftovers. I'm going to push that as much to the corner as I can. This is 9.5 by memory, but I'll have it all up for you. Squeeze that on. Now we'll add some dimensionals on our oil. So and then I'm going to add some dimensionals just on the side of this bird so that it sits flat there. So it'll be raised here and then it will marry up there. Now for our gold leaf. If it starts popping out, you can just take them out, but I'll see. I'll add a bit of glue and we'll see what stays on and what comes out. I might take another one out here just to match up. Then we'll put 3 of these leaves. I'm just going to trim a bit of the stems of a couple of these. I don't think I need it all. Let's see which one I need. I need one, a bit of a stem. I'll do that one so that I kept the full stem on, just so I can tap that under. And then this one with the shorter stem can go here. And we'll put one on the other side. I'll trim that down a bit. And you can see I've just staggered those leaves, so one's under, one's up the top, and one's just in between those leaves. So in between the gold leaves, so they don't look too, I guess, rigid, and they just look more like it's flowing and natural. And I tend to do that when I do like little arrangements like that. I've got some little sequins here. I think I used them last week too. I love the adhesive black ones. They're really good because normally I'm not a sequin person. I don't use a lot of sequins, but I quite like these gold ones. They're pretty good. Let me do an inside for the card. I thought I had prepared one, but obviously not. I'm just going to cut one up. And then we can just do our embellishing and just a bit of finishing up. So I might bring in my blending. Oops, sorry. Okay, just knock you guys out there. All right. Blending there. Just to match up with our top, and I'm just using what was left on the brush. I did find that bit I had cut now. And I'll do some on the envelope as well. We can match up some of these leaves from here because, and so I'll go with that green. I know we didn't use the evening evergreen ink pad, but I will for the front of the card to match it up. And then it'll just all tie in together. You could even die cut some of that, one of those leaves, and just put it on there if you wanted to. Just something a bit simple. You can put designer series paper if you want it. So let's go back to our sequence. Which one is it? I think there. Which one there? And then I'll do one off the oval, just to the side. Are you liking the color combination? Do you like it a bit different, or do you generally use traditional colors for your Christmas cards? Sometimes I think you just this one just for me exudes that warm, and even though it's not a traditional color scheme, it just gives me that warm and cozy feeling. So that's why I liked it. Let me know what you think. Gonna so that's that one I've done now. I'll show you the sample I made, and you can like see that it does differ a little bit, but how the coloring, of course, will change each time. I pushed it a bit this side the paper, but I just see what you prefer when you do that. How you like it. Um, Let me know. Um, did you like that? Would you try it? Maybe you could try it in color your bird in red or those Christmassy colors, traditional colors, and see how you go. Uh, and I hope you give it a try. Uh, if you want to order it, this collection, you can uh, pre-order with me in the sense of let me know what you like, and I will put that order straight through on the 1st of November. So you will be able to get it straight away. Um, that the designer series paper is really nice. So I anticipate that will be selling, and I'm not saying it's selling out, but it'll be very popular. So if I can help you, please contact me. But thanks for watching with me tonight and watching me tonight and sharing some creative inspiration. And make sure you subscribe to the newsletters so you can enjoy that creative tutorials I'm going to share with you each day of November. Thanks, guys. Looking forward to sharing with you next week again. Good night. Bye bye.